everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be looking at the new Voopoo Drag X Plus Professional Edition, if that's not a mouthful for you. Now this right here is actually the same device as the Voopoo Drag X Plus, which I did review, which was this one. It's the same device, but they did upgrade it. There was actually some complaints about this one in the way that it was functioning for the max output, and they were saying that it was underpowered. So Voopoo did look into the claims and they actually went and upgraded the chip. So now it's got optimized output. So I'm going to go ahead and take you down. I'm going to show you everything that it comes with, just like I would in any other review, but I'm going to focus on a test of the different voltages based off of the resistance and the wattage that I'm using, so that you can see the comparison of the two and what they were talking about and why they upgraded it. So let's go ahead and go down and look at it. Okay, so here we are with the new Voopoo Drag X Plus Professional Edition. It's actually coming out today, is their launch day, which just happens to be my birthday. So I'm very, very excited to present this to you. I do have mine in the silver and retro brown, and this is the explanation of the device or some extra specifications. It is 100 watt max power. It does take an 18650 or a 21700, which is kind of different from the original that actually said 18650, 2700, and 21700. They are recommending just these two instead of the 2700, and then which are the most used anyway. And then it does now have optimized output. So the voltage output has been increased, which we'll be going over that. You're going to get a QR code on the back. It's going to give you your kit contents, and then of course all your social media. Inside the box you're going to get. It's very, very simple because this is just the mod. They are going to be selling just the mod, or you can get the kit. The kit, of course, will be coming with the TPP tank, which is the same one that was on the original Drag X Plus, which was this one here. So inside the box, you're going to get your Type-C charging cable, you're going to get your Drag X Plus user manual, and then you're going to get the amended or updated Professional Edition Drag X Plus mod. Now this right here does say drag here, very, very similar. Everything is very, very similar and exact to the original. There is one small upgrade that's been made, which I'm going to be going over. So, but we'll go over the whole thing anyway. So of course this does have the gene chip inside. It does say Voopoo right there. You do have your spring-loaded 510. You've got your fire button, your up, your down, and then your Type-C charging port. On the bottom, you're gonna have your battery door. It just says sample because this is mine. Retail version won't say that. And then this is actually the bottom. The battery door, all you need to do is just push it and lift it. Inside, you're going to get an 18650 battery sleeve. So again, you can use an 18650 or 21700. Those are two of the main batteries that are usually used in these devices anyway. On the bottom, it's going to have a plus sign. It's going to be kind of hard for you to see that. But it does have the negative symbol here, which means that the negative side would be up and positive down. You just stick your battery in. I am going to be using a 21700, and this is a 30T. And of course it does have this nice leather embossed Drag X Plus right there. And I like the cushioniness of the leather. Now the original colors that the original Drag X Plus did come out with, they're not going to be carrying. They're only going to be carrying the leather with the Professional Edition. Turn it on. It is 5 clicks of your fire button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns it on. It does say Voopoo. It's got the gene chip information, Drag X Plus. Now, when you first turn it on, you're going to get the yellow screen. The yellow screen is your smart mode screen. This is the screen that I suggest with the TPP tank, or any tanks really, for any beginner, because of the fact that this is actually going to select the best wattage for your coil resistance automatically. So you don't have to really guess. It'll just kind of give you a wattage. You can go up or down from that based off of the resistance of your coil and what the recommended wattage is, but it's giving you that median range automatically. Now, as you can see on the screen, you do have your battery indicator. It does say drag. You're going to get your wattage, what mode you're in. You're going to get your puff counter, your voltage, your resistance, as well as your seconds fired. And then this here is actually also your seconds fired, or your puff duration is actually going to be just indicated here. You're not going to be able to see it until after you take a puff, and then you'll just see it sitting there. But yeah, so that's that mode. The other mode, if you press your fire button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, is your RBA mode. This is going to be on the blue side. Everything is exactly set up exactly the same. The only difference is that this one, you can actually go over the max wattage of your coil. So say for instance, like if you're in the smart mode and your coil is maxed out at 60 watts, the device will not go over 60 watts because that is the max range for that coil. But in RBA mode, you can actually go up, down, it doesn't matter, because you can put on other atomizers such as RDAs, RTAs, and things like that. And that way you can actually increase it even higher. Now with the original one, which this one is here, with the original one, there were some complaints about it being underpowered, and I do concur with that, and I did notice that, but it only happened in the RBA mode. It did not happen in the smart mode. It did happen in the RBA mode. This was set to an max output of 4.5 volts when it was first coming out with this version here, the original Drag X Plus. But they did increase that because of the fact that it was underpowered. Now for this one here, the difference is like, say for instance, that I have this at 50 watts. Even if I go up to 70 watts, it wasn't giving that extra boost of power. The voltage wasn't pushing it and giving you that extra boost. It wasn't built in. Now with this one, you can actually tell the difference of the boost. I promise you. When I changed this one from like 70 to 100 watts, it felt exactly the same. Whereas this one, you can actually feel that boost. So they did go ahead and rectify that. And now it has an 8.5 volt optimized output. So that is the full output. Now I'm going to go ahead and sample that for you. So showing you that it is working. Coil that I'm putting on is actually a 0.3 ohm resistance coil. It's just a single coil. And right now, if I press the fire button, the voltage is going to show 3.28. That is actually correct for the resistance and the wattage that I have it set at. According to the ohms calculator that I have, 36 watts at a 0.3 ohm resistance coil should be a 3.286. So it's a 3.28, so it is working fine. As you notice, it was heating up nicely. Let's go ahead and boost it up and see if we can see the difference. We're going to test it on the other one as well. So now I'm going to go up to 50 watts. Now with 50 watts, this should actually have a voltage of 3.87. So let's go ahead and press that. Showing 3.87 right there, and you can see that it's heating up faster. Now let's go ahead and take it up to the full 100 watts. Now with 100 watts, I don't recommend vaping this way. I'm just testing it and showing you so that you can see. Now it should be 5.47. So let's go ahead and try it. 5.47. So it is, and you can hear it. It's like angry now. Now you can hear the difference in that. So let's go ahead and test this one. So at 35 watts, this one should be actually calculating at a 3.24 volts. It's around there, 3.25, 3.26. Now we're going to go ahead and bump it up to 70 watts. Okay, so now we're at 70 watts, and the voltage for 70 watts at a 0.3 ohm resistance coil should be a 4.58. It's a 3.97, around 3.9. So it's not boosting it up that much. From 35 watts to 70 watts, it's not really giving it that boost, that output, that max output that it should. Now watch at 100 watts. Max power at 100 watts. And now I'm going to press it. It's 3.9. You see, so it wasn't giving that voltage boost. So with the new one, you can tell just by that example that it is now working properly. As you can see, 5.47 at 100 watts with a 0.3 ohm resistance coil. Really, really working great. I do love the upgrade. I can definitely feel it just by vaping it. Okay, and yeah, so let me go ahead and take this down some because I don't need it that long. But even that is at 4.2. So definitely higher and stronger than this one. This one I absolutely love. I use it a lot. I love the form factor and the fact that it's a single battery device that can take a 21700 if I wanted to. You can put any atomizer on it, and it comes with a really, really great pod tank too. So I really love that. But I do love the fact that they did hear the complaints, they did look into it, and they actually upgraded that chip and they corrected those issues. So going forward, again, you can get this just as the device, or you can get a whole kit that comes with the TPP tank. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and go on top. We're going to have a vape. I'm going to talk about it just a little bit, and then we'll be on our way. Okay, so here we are back on top. I gave you a lot of the explanation down below, as well as did some testing so that you can see the differences between the original and this one, what exactly they upgraded for it, and how it works differently. Otherwise, I still love this one. I really do. You're really going to see it once you get up to a certain wattage, and then you try to go higher on this one, where the output is just not, the output voltage is just not there. That output boost is just not there. So they went ahead and they upgraded it. They fixed the chip. They looked into it, and they came out with the fixed edition. Again, everything is exactly the same, the way that it looks and everything else, and the menu options, which I did forget to show you the menu options. But the menu options, I can show you right here. I don't have to really take you down. They're really, really quick. The first thing is going to be 3 clicks. 3 clicks is going to take you between the smart mode and the RBA mode, and you can tell by red or blue. Okay, there we go. And then if you want to actually lock the device, if you press your up button and your fire button at the same time, this is actually going to lock it. You'll see a little red lock right there. What this will do is it'll actually keep it from firing the device or changing your wattage. So you definitely can do that. So you can lock the entire device. If you press it again, plus and fire, it will go ahead and unlock, turn green. And the other thing that you can do is actually clear your puffs by your down button and your fire button, and this will clear your puffs. So the puffs are now cleared to 0. And the other thing that you can do is if you press all 3 buttons like this, if you press all 3 buttons, this is actually going to give you your chip information. And then if you long press, it'll actually take you out of it. And then the next option is actually going to be to flip the screen. So you can actually keep the screen this way, or you can choose to have it this way. So press your plus and minus at the same time. It's going to give you a menu option. Currently, we're in this mode. If you go down, that is the other mode, where if you long press, it'll actually flip the screen. So now it is sideways. So all the same information is there. It's just now sideways. And then to turn it back, again, just press and hold your plus and minus, and that will actually take you back to the straight screen. So that is basically, again, it's the same exact menu options and the same exact way to use it, exactly like the original one that I already did a full review of. So that's why I didn't really go too far into the menu itself, but it works absolutely beautifully. You can definitely tell that output power when you're vaping it. You can tell it when you're just firing it. You can tell the difference in so many ways. So this one here, I'm actually going to go ahead and, which is the older one, let's go ahead and go down to, I'm going to go down to 55 watts. Okay, at 55 watts, lower output. So we'll go ahead and vape that. Now I'm going to take it all the way up to 100. Yeah, seriously. So now we're at 100 watts, maxed, and watch. It vapes exactly the same. So that's what I'm saying. They did go ahead and fix that feature. Now on this one, I'm going to go ahead and take it. I really don't want to vape it at 100 watts, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one also to 55 watts. There we go. You see the difference? Now I'll take it up to 100, but I'm only going to take 1 puff. That's it, just 1. And it'll probably be a quick one. So there we are at 100 watts. And let's go ahead and have a vape. I won't lie, the shit's flavorful, but you can see the difference between the two. So that is the biggest thing that they did with this. Again, you can actually buy just the device, or you can buy the whole kit. I absolutely love the pod tank that it comes with. I want to use RDAs because that way I can actually max out, get to 100 watts without it frying anything. And I know how to care for it, and I know how to take care of it, and I know how not to hurt myself. So that's why I used RDAs, and they're matching RDAs with the same exact resistance and everything, so that you can see for real what the test is. And as I mentioned, I have been testing this out and it works absolutely beautifully. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is only going to come in leather. It's not going to have the other colors that this one did originally have. It will have leather colors. I'll go ahead and leave the colors up here for you. And that's pretty much it. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you have any questions or comments regarding the new upgraded version? I absolutely like it. Again, you can use a 21700 or an 18650 battery because it does come with a battery sleeve. And now it's going to give you that full max output. And again, it's only in the RBA mode. The smart mode is always worked beautifully because of the fact that it's got that smart wattage recognition. There's not been any issue on that side. It's just been on the RBA mode where you would need a little bit more of a boost. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for my review. Let me know your thoughts down below and I will see you in my next one. And yes, I did lower it down.